Pollution is one of the dangers that threaten the sea and oceans. One of the most catastrophic types of contamination would be oil spills when propagating on surface water. This pollution leads to the deaths of thousands of marine organisms and causes negative effects on the ecosystem. In the 1970s, about 3 million barrels of oil were spilled into the sea every year. But this amount has decreased to an approximate average of 2 million in the 1990s. We still see oil slicks on the surface of the sea and ocean despite efforts to reduce oil pollution in recent years. The issue of oil pollution is one of the problems of the Caspian Sea. The Caspian Sea contains 25% of the world's oil reserves and more than 20,000 active and inactive oil wells. The Caspian Sea contains the equivalent of 50 billion barrels of oil and 300 trillion cubic meters of gas. So, oil and gas extraction in the Caspian Sea has increased remarkably in recent years. The oil extraction and transporting of oil by tankers cause ecosystem issues in this water basin. Since the Caspian is a landlocked water basin, so all oil pollution remains in this basin for many years. Thus, the effects of oil pollution can be devastating in this basin. In the Caspian Sea, most of the oil extraction is done in the northern and middle parts. This can be due to the volume of oil and gas reserves, the shape of the bed, and the shallower depth. In your opinion, which parts of the Caspian Sea have more oil pollution? How do oil spills in the Caspian Sea spread? Satellite images can be one of the most effective tools for detecting oil slicks on the seas and oceans. Among all of them, Sentinel-1 can be one of the most effective devices. European Space Agency launched Sentinel-1 in 2 series in 2014 and 2016 to cover the globe. This satellite has a radar that sends and receives electromagnetic waves for detecting oil spills on the sea and ocean surface. The basis of this satellite is if there are oil slicks on the surface of the sea, the amount of absorption of these electromagnetic waves changes. Therefore, we can detect oil slicks. On October 24 to 30, 2019, we select images from Sentinel-1 to monitor oil pollution in the Caspian Sea. We use 6 days of images to cover the entire Caspian Sea. Interestingly, the Sentinel takes about 3 minutes to enter from the south of the Caspian Sea and exit to the northern basin. This shows stretching Caspian Sea along latitude. Satellite images show how oil slicks exist in the north and middle and also the southern basin of the Caspian Sea. The existence of oil stains in the north and middle basins can be predictable considering that there is most oil extraction in these basins. But surprisingly, the satellite images show that the southern Caspian on the coast of Iran is one of the most polluted areas, which seems very strange. Why oil stains are found on the coasts of Iran when there is no oil extraction on the coasts of Iran? To understand it, we should review the currents and wind fields in this water basin. We know that wind and current are 2 important factors in spreading oil pollution in the sea and oceans. The direction of currents and prevailing wind in the Caspian Sea is usually from north to south. Since oil stains move from the north and middle Caspian to the South Caspian after spreading, the South Caspian is the final destination for these stains. The interesting thing is that when these oil pollutions reach the South Caspian, they are scattered due to the presence of different eddies. After that, the detection of the oils will be very difficult as the eddies play an important role in the spread of oil pollution. The key point is that these oil stains enter the structure of these eddies. From space, we see the oil slick-like eddy shape. In the South Caspian, the most polluted coasts are the western coasts of Iran based on Sentinel-1 images. Also, the field measurement of oil slick particles on the entire coast of Iran shows that the western coast, especially near the Sepidra Delta, is the most polluted. If we review the general surface circulation of the Caspian Sea, there are some eddies near the Sepidra Delta. Thus, it is the most polluted area in the southern basin. We know that the eddies usually maintain oil pollution or convert oil slicks to smaller particles due to mixing with the surrounding water. Where can be the most effective place to prevent the spread of pollution in the Caspian Sea? We think that the Absheron sill is the most suitable place to prevent the spread of oil pollution in the Caspian Sea because its width is narrow and it is easy to prevent the spread of oil pollution. Otherwise, when they enter the southern Caspian Sea and reach the Caspian eddies in the southern basin, it will be very difficult to refine the sea from oil spills. We can conclude that how ocean science can be used to understand phenomena and help preserve the environment. This is the beauty of ocean science.